What is going on, everybody? TJ here with Daily Grind Fantasy Sports, and in this video we're going to be building out a 6 flex slip for tomorrow night's Thursday night football game between the Giants and the 49ers. And my first overall play is going to be Brock Purdy over 1.5 passing touchdowns, and I'm going to break it down for you and tell you why I like this play right now. Oh yeah, and guys, if you could please go ahead, smash that like button. Really helps out the channel, really helps out this video. Also, if this is your first time stumbling upon the channel, welcome. You can go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And make sure you turn on that notification bell so whenever we do go live or post content like this video, you get notified first. But now let's go ahead, let's jump into the 6 flex slip. Alright guys, so I've pulled up PrizePicks on my screen as you can see. And for those of you that are unaware on how PrizePicks actually operates, they are a fixed payout platform. So what that actually means is that no matter what you actually pick for a player prop, whether you take the over or the under, in most cases, your payout doesn't change. Unlike sportsbooks, where if you take an over or an under on a specific player, they actually have those lines attached to those specific player on their sportsbook websites. So if you take the over or under on somebody, it's going to alter your payout. But a fixed payout platform like PrizePicks, in some cases it does, but in most cases, your payout doesn't change, it doesn't shift. So what that means is that we're able to use the sportsbook market to our advantage and utilize where the sportsbooks actually list some player props, compare them directly back to DFS apps like PrizePicks, and find mathematical edges. So as we can see here, if I take Brock Purdy and Daniel Jones passing yards, right? I want to play them in a two-man power, and I want to take both of their overs. Doesn't matter, I'm going to get a 3 times payout. If I go ahead and change Brock Purdy to less passing yards, so that would mean I need Brock Purdy to stay under while Daniel Jones going over, I still get a 3 times payout, but you will see that there might be a payout shift coming down the line. But regardless, for this two-man power, it's not going to change. I can take Brock Purdy under, I can switch Purdy to an over, Daniel Jones to an under, I'm still going to get that 3 times return. Now let's take this a step further and add in a couple more plays. I'm just going to take the top 6, right? So I'm going to add in Lamar Jackson over pass yards, Tannehill over pass yards. We'll do Ritter under pass yards, Jared Goff over pass yards. And as you can see, if I go 6 for 6, I get a 25 times return over on PrizePicks. So let's go ahead and take this a step further. One big thing when it comes to becoming a profitable sports bettor that you guys should be looking in when you are building out your slips on these DFS apps is called correlation. Now, correlation or positive correlation just means outcomes that are more likely to happen together, right? So for this Thursday night football game between the Giants and the 49ers, we're starting off with Brock Purdy over passing touchdowns. So what does that mean? That means if I'm taking the over on Brock Purdy, that means his wide receivers, Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, more than likely are going to benefit from Brock Purdy having a good game. And then we can go ahead and take it one step further, that if the 49ers offense is doing well, producing a lot of points, scoring, Brock Purdy's having a great game, all those receivers are doing well, that means on the flip side, Daniel Jones is probably going to have to play keep up, right? So that means Daniel Jones, more pass attempts, more passing yards. That means guys like Darius Slayton, Paris Campbell, Darren Waller will all benefit if Daniel Jones is having a good game and trying to keep up with the 49ers offense. So being able to build slips using positive correlation is something that you guys should definitely be utilizing if that DFS app actually allows it. Here at DGF, we actually just came out with a brand new tool called our correlation tool. And what we do is actually build out full slips for you guys, utilizing the best correlation that these DFS apps actually have to offer. As you guys can see here, we have everything publicly tracked on our website. We came out with this tool on 8/18. If you've been using it and playing every single slip since we actually came out with our correlation tool, you'd be up 101.4 units or a 29% return, which is absolutely outrageous. So if you're a $100 bettor and you've played every single slip that's popped up here on the correlation tool, you'd be up over $10,000. So the reason I really like this Brock Purdy over 1.5 passing touchdowns, and I'm going to show you right now, here's the highest rated correlation slip that we have on our correlation tool right now for tomorrow night's Thursday night football game. And this is specifically geared for PrizePicks in a 6-pick flex. We can see this play currently has a 265.02% profit margin and a 95.15 correlation score. Now, as you guys can see here, the correlation score is obviously 0 to 100. So the closer to 100, that means the more correlated this slip actually is. In here, we have the profit margin percentage. So the profit margin just obviously shows the expected value, or the ROI of placing this bet on this slip if you actually win it. So as we can see, this is the highest rated correlated slip that you could enter on PrizePicks given all of that information. And here we have Brock Purdy over 1.5 passing touchdowns. So what I'm going to do is go back over to PrizePicks. I'm going to add in Brock Purdy. No, I'm not, because my keyboard doesn't type. So you know what, guys? Let's do this the old-fashioned way. We're going to go to passing touchdowns. My keyboard sucks. We're going to add in Brock Purdy over passing touchdowns. Now, like I mentioned, if Brock Purdy's having a good game, that means most likely a receiver's going to benefit, right? Have a good game as well. So we have Brandon Ayuk over 53.5 receiving yards. So we'll head back here. We're going to do receiving yards. We're going to add in Brandon Ayuk over 53.5 receiving yards. Now, to take it a step further, we talked about how both offenses are going to be doing well, right? That's the game script that we want to hold true. So we're taking a bunch of overs here on offensive players. So we want a shootout. We want points. We want offense. On the flip side, when we're taking that into consideration, we can also correlate punts. So if these offenses are having good games, they're staying on the field, long drives, a lot of passing, well, obviously in this case we don't want a lot of rushing, but if these offenses are clicking and firing on all cylinders, that means that these punters aren't going to have to punt as much. So this last leg for at least the 49ers side, we're going to be adding in Mitch Wisniewski under 3.5 punts. Still can't type. That's okay. We'll go to punts, and we're going to add in Mitch Wisniewski under punts. So again, if the 49ers offense is doing well, that means less punting from Mitch Wisniewski. And again, if the 49ers offense is doing well, that means that the Giants, they're going to have to keep up. Unless they just want to wait for the second half like they did last week. But either way, that's what we're going to be looking for. So we'll head back to the correlation tool. We're going to add in Daniel Jones over 213.5 passing yards. If Brock Purdy's going to go out and get 2 touchdowns, Daniel Jones is going to have to go out and throw. So we'll add in Daniel Jones over 213.5 passing yards. And I mean, I guess Saquon getting hurt also, maybe more of that offense is on Daniel Jones' shoulder. And again, taking this a step further, if Daniel Jones is throwing the ball a lot and has a lot of passing yards, his wide receivers are going to directly benefit. That's positive correlation. So we'll add in Darius Slayton over 32.5 receiving yards. And last but not least, if these offensive players are doing well, again, less punts. Less punt, more offense. So we'll add in Jamie Gillen under 5 punts. So we'll go back to punts. We'll add in Gillen. I mean, that man's got some sweet hair. And as we can see, guys, 25 times return. There's no payout shift here for this specific slip, and we obviously take all that into consideration. We have all that built into our correlation tool. Anything that has a payout shift doesn't actually get posted, so we have ways to find positive correlation beating these DFS apps. That slip is going to be Brock Purdy over 1.5 passing touchdowns, Brandon Ayuk over 53.5 receiving yards, Mitch Wisniewski under 3.5 punts. We got Daniel Jones over 213.5 passing yards, Darius Slayton over 32.5 receiving yards, and Jamie Gillen under 5 punts. 6 for 6. If we hit that, we get a 25 times return over on PrizePicks in our 6 flex slip. The correlation tool, since we've come out with it, has been a huge success. And we don't just have NFL. We also have soccer. And today, I'm filming this on Wednesday, there's a ton of Champions League games at 3 p.m. Eastern. So a ton of slips that I'm going to be creating personally. And as you guys can see, we already have a bunch of slips that are populating for this weekend. But I just wanted to show you guys the highest correlated slip on our tool right now. So if you guys want to tail, by all means, you can go ahead. If you are tailing, go ahead, smash that like button. If this is your first time stumbling upon the channel, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And make sure you turn on that notification bell so whenever we do go live or post content, you get notified first. And guys, if you do want to get signed up here and give our correlation tool a try, we don't have a free 7-day free trial right now because everything that we have off of this tool is publicly tracked. You can head to DGFantasy.com. You can click on this pricing tab. You can go to DFS correlation. You can sign up for a subscription with our correlation tool. And if you want to just give our fantasy bundle a chance, which gives you access to our optimizer, fantasy scores, and our DFS middling tool, you can get a 7-day free trial right now if you use code TJ when checking out. So again, you can go to DGFantasy.com. You can test out our fantasy bundle, get a 7-day free subscription, free of charge. Again, that's if you use code TJ when checking out. And if you want to take advantage of our DFS correlation tool, which again has been really, really successful for us so far, ton of soccer, ton of NFL slips that have gone great. And we actually have another sport that should be coming out at some point today that I'm sure you guys will see. if you're a current member of our tool. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I'll catch you later. Hopefully this bad boy cashes. We'll see you tomorrow night. Love you guys.